We're also watching Tesla shares moving higher this morning. They're up about 20% over the last 3 months. On Friday, the company's board proposed a new compensation package for the CEO, Elon Musk, that could pay him just about $1 trillion in stock over the next decade if a lot of milestones are reached. Tesla's board saying that the eye-popping amount is aimed at keeping Musk's focus on the EV maker instead of his other interests. Our Robert Frank is here. He joins us right now with more of the board's strategy. Hi, Robert.
Good morning, Becky. Good to see you. You know, when they say it's not about the money, you kind of know it's probably about the money. The Tesla board saying in its proxy on Friday that Musk needed greater incentive to stay at Tesla given his other sources of wealth. As they say, quote, a majority of Mr. Musk's wealth is now derived from other business ventures outside of Tesla, and he has more attractive options today than ever before. So Musk is worth about $390 million, but less than half of that now comes from Tesla. His existing shares of Tesla worth about $140 billion. His 42% stake in SpaceX, which was valued at a recent share sale at $350 billion, that would be worth another $147 billion. He also owns a majority of XAI, which is reportedly seeking a valuation of between $170 and $200 billion. So that would put his XAI stake at about $100 billion or more. Add in Neuralink, Boring, his real estate holdings, and his non-Tesla wealth could be over $250 billion. That compares to $140 just from Tesla. Even if his 2018 comp plan was reinstated, his Tesla wealth would be around $200 billion. Not enough, according to the board, to prevent Musk from, quote, prioritizing other ventures. This was a novel argument where you're allowing the CEO to start other ventures. In fact, they say in the proxy explicitly he's going to continue to start and be involved in other ventures. I was also surprised when I read this that he doesn't have an employment agreement in this plan. So as part of this compensation plan, there is no employment agreement. So he can leave at any time. He's allowed to start any other companies at any time.
Well, I did ask Robin about that. Could he start it? Could he, is he basically locked into this? And part of the whole idea was that they felt, for whatever reason, that they needed to do this through sort of almost like a free market incentive program.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You could incentivize him so much that this is what he would want to do. As opposed to, this is the carrot, not a stick
100%.
Operation, because the view was that the stick wouldn't work.
That's why I'm saying, so that's why it's so novel to say you can start competing businesses, especially in a world of AI, and it's Tesla's job as shareholders to make sure that we're competing on a pay basis with those companies that you're starting.
But so it's too late you can't reverse things and say you can't start other ventures.
100%. No, absolutely not.
To do this entire way through. The only thing I have a question about, is it about the money? I think it's about control, and he's said it himself.
Yes, but if it's
he's not going to put the AI factors into this unless he has a certain amount of control over what happens.
It's about the voting, as Musk says that in a world of AI, he needs to make sure that there can't be a takeover, so he wants 25%. But if it's really about control, he has a majority of XAI, and if you're Elon Musk and it's all about control, where is your focus on the AI future going to be? Is it going to be on the company where you can, at best, have eventually 25%? Or is it a company you already have a majority?
But that's why the question is, does it eventually get wrapped in? And Andrew talked about that last week, too. Does XAI get wrapped into it? Now, if it's really not about the money, I suppose you could create a second share of stock.
Well, that's what I wondered, Andrew. I wondered Andrew's view on this. If it's not about the comp and it's about the voting, why not just create some super voting stuff
that doesn't come with money?
Yeah, could you do that?
I think technically you probably could create some kind of special voting shares that they haven't approached it that way.
It'd have to have some valuation attached.
The other question is, if they do the XAI piece, does that then change the dynamic for him even more in terms of wanting to be more invested in...
Or larger voting control.
It gives him a larger vote. If you combine the two, he's got a majority of X, he's got 25 of Tesla, maybe combined he gets 40 or 35, something. That solves the problem.
That solves some of the issue.